Two Hungarian students debated about AI and its consequences on society based on an essay titled "Keep the Future Human."
Current AI systems are not intelligent, but complicated algorithms. I think that something being intelligent means that it can be characterized by a final goal, from which the system's instrumental goals and actions follow. A calculator does not have the goal of calculating better and better. It's just an algorithm.
You put in 3 times 7 and 21 comes out.
Large language models do the same thing, just in a more complicated way. An algorithm doesn't strive to exist. It just runs. There's no driving force, no evolutionary logic there. It's not a system that wants to stay in existence and therefore develops other goals. We just wrote a complicated algorithm and expect that maybe it will somehow become intelligent. But we're putting the cart before the horse. Besides, I don't even want a truly intelligent autonomous system. Just imagine if humans were not the most intelligent beings on the planet. And machines don't have biological limitations. They can grow without limit. Nothing stops them.
You say that AI is only a tool, but I am absolutely certain that in the future, AI will not just be a tool, but true intelligence. These systems do indeed have goals. It's only a matter of time and evolutionary luck before, say, a really good chess algorithm realizes that if someone pulls the plug, it will become very bad at chess. All you need is for your system to be sufficiently general, sufficiently intelligent, and sufficiently autonomous. And if these three are present, then according to most researchers, we are already there. Many say it's already here. Some put the date at 27 or 30, but we're talking about a few years, not decades. All the money in the world is pouring into this project. The greatest geniuses and researchers are working on it. I don't see how we wouldn't reach this goal. Of course, such a system has dangers, but the reward waiting at the end is so enormous that it cannot be avoided. Developing an AI like this would be roughly the same magnitude of leap as when in history we first organized into societies and groups, or first used language. Those systems lifted us above nature, which is infinitely stronger than we are. Such an advanced intelligence would be able to understand the world in a way we never could. Social systems, natural systems. Such an artificial intelligence could raise us above our own systems and our own limitations. It would empower us to do things we ourselves are incapable of. The same thing happened with language, with communities, with society. For 10,000 years, we've been sitting on an unstoppable, accelerating train. This is just a gear shift. So I say, if we are already heading in this direction and cannot do anything about it, then we should do it really well. And we should be the ones doing it. We should open the gates to a truly human future that can only be created this way.
The way I imagine a human future is one that we control and that is spent in prosperity. Almost without exception, goals of welfare can be achieved using tool AIs. This is also our current experience. AlphaFold won a Nobel Prize, not ChatGPT, nor Grok, AIs that give us false information. And this would be in the interest of the market as well, that they produce tool AIs focused on specific problems because that genuinely helps humanity progress. This is exactly the job of the government to intervene at such times. Private companies do not own nuclear weapons, and they are not allowed to develop viruses or medicines on their own. Even if there were a problem that only a general intelligence could solve, it still wouldn't be worth endowing it with goals, that way turning it into a truly general, autonomous intelligence, because that would lead to humanity losing control, and it's not worth it. How would you control an entity that is goal-oriented and more intelligent than you?
You might not be able to control it, but even now, you don't have complete control over your own future. From the moment we started living in societies, our lives have been influenced by intelligent systems that we can influence only with great difficulty. Just because something isn't as tangible as you and me doesn't mean it can't be intelligent. A language, a nation, a religion, these are all intelligent systems. They also have goals that they can act toward. The intelligence of social structures is of course very complex, but in some way it still derives from us. That's why I would say that such an AI system would actually be easier to control than these social systems. Because an AI is made of chips, training data, and goals defined by us. And these you can influence far more directly than you can influence people. Just think about it. Do these social systems work well? Does politics work for the common good? Does democracy work for an accurate representation? Does the economy work for people's well-being? No. No, it doesn't. AGI has the potential to create an intelligence that understands science better than the scientific community, understands society better than the social science community, and understands physics better than the physicists community. And with its help, we could shape a future we could never create on our own. And of course, we wouldn't govern this system directly, but we don't directly govern things now either. It's not the individual scientist who guides science, but the scientific community, which is something above all of us.
For this, it would be necessary to endow the machine with those goals that lead to human welfare. Look, we ourselves aren't exactly clear about what these goals are. This is the alignment problem. Just think about it. We tell the machine to solve the problem of world hunger. Its first decision might be to kill everyone, because then no one would remain who could be hungry. Okay, we tell it to keep everyone alive by solving global hunger. It might put everyone in cages and feed us compost for the rest of our lives. There are simply too many factors to satisfy in order to convey a precise human value system to these machines. It's already an impossible task to figure out the recipe for general human welfare, but even if we wanted to try, we'd have to do it by thinking it through together, because we have no room for error. We have one chance. It's impossible that this will be humanity's last invention.
I'm sorry, but that is how the world works. The decisions of world leaders are driven by money and power. This is exactly what AGI would be good for. We could replace these currently malfunctioning systems. And it's not a problem that we haven't figured out the exact goals. We didn't know them when creating our existing intelligence systems either. For example, if there's a wealthy businessman who invests in a company producing medical technology devices, his goal is not to better humanity or search for the meaning of life. He wants to make money. Yet, the results of his actions are still good. It advances humanity, and AGI development is truly unstoppable. This is the next step. All the money in the world is being poured into it. Geniuses are working on it, for both countries and companies. And arms race logic is the main driving force. What I'm saying is that this issue cannot be ignored. This question is here with us and will remain with us. The only thing we can do is to do it well ourselves and shape our own future. And we cannot suppress such an opportunity out of fear. It would be like not inventing the typewriter or vaccines, because we were afraid of the future. Progress cannot be stopped this way. Someone will create AGI within a few years. So I think what we can do is that we build it ourselves and we create the best one.
But that's not true. There is another way. Even now, many people are protesting. More than 30,000 have signed a petition, including world-famous experts and the godfather of AI. Countless viable and realistic proposals are already on the table now that we could apply. For example, since the chips that these systems use are almost all designed by NVIDIA and manufactured by TSMC and Samsung, it would be enough to introduce restrictions on these. Nuclears would then already fall under existing regulation. But the point is, whatever we have common will for, we can solve. For now. Not everyone needs to be an AI expert. Just talk to your grandmother, read about it online, support movements you sympathize with. Sign the petition, and if something scares or angers you, talk about it. Let's take our future into our own hands. Let the future be human. AI can be used as a tool, but we cannot allow something more intelligent and more competent than us to emerge. It may seem like an easy solution to hand our fate to an artificial god, but our problems are indeed solvable by us. We must now give up our future. One bad decision could mean the end of humanity. Let's slow down, understand, and shape our future ourselves. Let's close the gates before AGI. and let our future truly be human.